Hi everyone, welcome to the English to Takeaway podcast. My name is Richard, also known as the Grammar Goat on social media. So I'm an English teacher and I'm a content creator. This is episode number 25 and I'm delighted to introduce my fantastic co-host, Jordan.
Thank you very much. And as Richard said, I am also an English teacher and content creator. Maybe you have seen some of my posts through English Lingo or English Lingo with Jordan. And yeah, episode 25. This is going to be, a really kind of awesome point, isn't it? Because we're slowly getting into like the realms of, as we talked about previously on the pod, like that 1 percentile number of podcasts, the ones that don't continue after a few episodes and things like that. We're creeping up into that 1% percentile.
Absolutely, we are. Yeah, we are indeed. Yeah, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And yeah, looking back on all of the previous episodes as well, all of the things we've discussed and talked about.
Yeah,
I mean, we've had a lot of fun, haven't we? So yeah, here's to the next 25 episodes, Jordan. It's been brilliant so far.
absolutely. Do you want to do a quick run through of the format so that maybe new listeners know what we're going to be doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, kind of the format is that there's no format in a way, isn't there? So it's a lot of just chat. Um, so we just chat away basically about things that we've been doing, things that have caught our eye in the news. So
Yeah,
we try to include an interesting news story from the week. But crucially and really, really importantly, if you're learning English, as I'm sure many of you are, at the end of the podcast, we'll give you 10 words or phrases which either I've said or Jordan has said during the episode. And we'll teach them to you with clear examples in a professional way because, of course, Jordan, we are professional English teachers.
we certainly are. Yes, and the idea behind it is that you guys can get a sense of kind of natural conversations, and I think that's what is extremely important and very useful for listeners who are learning English. Is that maybe you don't have the opportunity to hear natural conversations. Maybe you're not able to catch movies or TV shows. So having this as like a natural conversation will definitely help elevate your listening skills. And the idea is that you can take away something that you can use in your conversations that you may have with classmates or native people who you may meet when you go traveling to America, Europe, wherever. So, yeah, this is a great listening exercise to be able to improve your listening skills, of course. So, yeah. Um, of course, I have to open up and ask you, how do you feel after being another year older?
Yeah, I knew you were going to bring that up. Yeah, I feel fine, thanks. So obviously it was my birthday yesterday, and Jordan's birthday the day before yesterday. So
Yes,
yeah, another year older. Hey, I'm slowly creeping up on that 50. I
the
mean,
half
it'll
a
be another
century.
the half a century. Yeah, slowly creeping up on that. So there
Absolutely.
we go. Did you have a good birthday? Firstly, a couple of days ago, did you have a good day?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it was great. The as the unfortunately the weather is pretty pants is a good word to use at the moment. Because it's very unpredictable. It's rainy. There's storms coming in. It's windy. There are some bright sunny days as well, but it's very unpredictable. And Friday was pretty wet. And yesterday, unfortunately, was the same. We went up to the mountains and we were hoping to enjoy the views up there. There's a little cafe at the top of the mountain, and it was foggy, so you couldn't really see a great deal. um, and yeah, I put it on Facebook how thick the fog was, and yeah, you couldn't really see too much, unfortunately. But it was still a good time. We enjoyed it, which was good. So that's the main thing. How about yourself? How was your birthday yesterday? Did you get up to much?
Yeah, yeah, very very nice birthday. Thanks. Yeah, didn't get up to a great deal. Just a yeah, kind of family time. One of my sons cooked a really nice meal in the evening. Cooked
Ah,
a really nice. He's a very good, in my opinion, very good cook. And yeah, he made us nice chicken burgers. He made us like a fruit sorbet for dessert. And yeah, I was just working in the garden, editing,
cool,
doing my usual Saturday stuff. And I indulged in lots of cakes as well and chocolate and
nice.
stuff that I normally have been trying to steer clear of for the past few months. I indulged yesterday, so it was really good. Enjoyed it, thanks.
Would you say you were pottering around yesterday?
I did do a lot. Yeah, I did do a lot of pottering around. What a lovely expression. I pottered. I did a lot of pottering. Yeah, absolutely. I think weekends are often for pottering, aren't they?
Yeah.
What about you? Did you potter about yesterday in your house?
um, I think Friday morning I did. Just doing odd jobs and finishing off things that yeah I started and hadn't finished. But yeah, yesterday no, I didn't because I had to drive. So from here to the cafe that I mentioned, it's about just under a 2 hour drive. So yeah, I had to drive there. Um, but yeah, on Friday, yeah, I definitely did potted about and didn't do a great deal in the morning. So, but yeah, you're right. The weekends are usually the time to potter about.
I'll tell you one thing that did happen on my birthday. So I usually have an early morning lesson on a Saturday morning, and I kept the lesson with my students because I
Nice.
really enjoy teaching them. But can you see my head? Can you
Oh
see
yes,
that? Look at
yes.
that. So I was pottering about in the kitchen in the morning before my lesson, and like I'd opened the cupboard door because I was putting stuff away
Oh
from the
no.
dishwasher, and then spotted something on the floor, bent down to pick it up,
Yeah.
stood up, and just whacked my head, bashed my head on the corner of the
Wow.
cupboard door. Lots of blood because obviously, like when you bash your head, it bleeds a lot, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
blood like running down my face, and I literally had my lesson in less than 5 minutes starting.
I
So I
did.
was,
Did you go in there with just blood pouring down your face?
what I did was I kind of quickly sort of put a compress on it, like a tissue on it. It was okay. Logged into the lesson. It's a group lesson, so there's a group of students, and
Right.
we were chatting at the beginning of the lesson, and I noticed a trickle of blood start to. It started to pool on my head and started to trickle down my forehead. So I just like switched the camera off and dealt with it basically. But yeah, it's ridiculous. So also I didn't do any filming yesterday because it looks a bit
Yeah.
unsightly, shall we say? Um, which
That's
which I guess it can lead on to my first like little question for you today. Like, how accident prone are you, Jordan? Because I'm quite accident prone myself. How clumsy or accident prone are you?
It's a really good question because my my wife always has a go at me because I would say that I am pretty accident prone. I've accidentally, like when you stub your toe. I was in Canada when I lived there. I stubbed my toe on a chair, and it was a cast iron chair.
Oh,
and I broke my toe basically. It was absolutely disgusting, like purple and bruised and everything.
Your
Uh,
big toe.
no, my little one. Yeah, my little
Oh,
toe. Yeah. The worst one that you could do.
I've got an almost identical story to you with my little toe. It's also it's a bit disgusting. This it's not for the squeamish. This so when my daughter was born, because I got three kids, when my daughter was born, my wife was in the hospital.
Yeah.
She just had our daughter, so it was the next day, the day after my daughter was born, and I remember it so clearly because like the days when you have your kids, they're very vivid memories, aren't they? You kind of remember everything. But I was getting my other two sons ready for school, and
Right.
we were in a real rush because I had to drop them off at school. I had to go down to the hospital to obviously visit my wife. And normally, you know, my wife used to get my sons ready for school. So I wasn't really with it or on it. And I was panicking and rushing about. And I, I rushed into my son's bedroom and I just booted with my little toe the door. And I was in such a rush. I was like, oh, and I just carried on. And then this like searing pain started from my foot. And I looked down and my little toe was just like at that angle. Like my
Oh
other
no.
toes were like this. My little toe was just like at right angles to my foot. And I was like, I won't swear on the podcast, you know, this is a family show, but I was like, obviously swore very loudly, but I had no time. So I quickly put a sock on, put some sandals on because obviously it was agony.
Yeah.
Took my kids to school, limped across to the school with them. But then it was quite funny because of course I was visiting my wife in the hospital.
Yeah.
So I went into the maternity ward to see my wife and daughter, and I was like, I'm really sorry, I've just got to go a few corridors down to the accident and emergency because I've dislocated my toe. So luckily I was in the right place, sort of saw my daughter and then went down to the A&E and got
Yeah.
my toe sorted out. But
So
yeah, classic.
you that was quite good then. So you killed two birds with one stone. You
Genius.
saw
Yeah.
your daughter and you got your toe fixed.
Exactly. And they wanted to give me gas as well.
Really?
Whilst they tried to put it back into place. But
Wow.
I refused the gas, Jordan, because I had been so inspired by my wife
Right.
the day
Yeah.
before, not really having any gas or anything when she gave birth. So I was like, right, I'm gonna do this and scream like a baby, I think, for the nurse. But
Yeah.
there you go.
Speaking of dislocations, though,
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
no, just dislocation is probably the I would say the worst one for me is that when again a lot of things happened in Canada for some reason. This was one of them as well. So prior to this happening, I think maybe a couple of months before, I was snowboarding and I went off a jump, but there was something wrong with my speed, and I hit the top of the landing. I landed it, but it kicked me up, and then I landed on top of my shoulder. I separate I separated
Oh,
the AC joint. So the AC joint was separated in my shoulder. Long story short, I got physio on it, no problem, everything was okay. And then mountain biking season came around, so I started doing mountain biking, jumps and everything again. That was when I wasn't scared of stuff. Now I wouldn't do any of this. I'm older, and yeah, I'm too scared to do stuff like that. um, then I was doing the jumps and everything, and I just hit a jump wrong, and I was going to land, and basically it was either I crash face first into the floor, or I try and, stop myself. And I stop, put my left arm out, hand out, but it locked the elbow, and my left shoulder was dislocated from that. Um, uh, the same shoulder that I'd done the AC joint on as well. So the problem that I have now is that this is easily dislocated. I've probably dislocated it something like 30 odd times. It's mental. Um, yeah, I just put it back in myself now. Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, yeah. In the sea. That was it. Yeah, yeah. As we were getting out of the boat, uh, getting out of the sea onto the boat, it moved at an awkward angle, and then it just came out. But yeah, dislocations, I must admit, are really, really terrible. I would probably say that you're better off breaking your bone than you are dislocating it. Just because of the healing is a nightmare. Yeah, for me, it's been a constant problem ever since. So, which is good. How long did it take for your toe to heal?
Yeah, I can't remember to be honest, but probably not too long because little toes are little toes, nothing as big as a shoulder joint. But yeah, it makes for a funny story. I just find it quite funny. I mean, my wife's face when I told her that I dislocated my toe and I had to go, just down to the A&E. It was, yeah, it makes for a very, very memorable story actually. Have you have you broken any other bones, Jordan, apart from doing your shoulder, snowboarding, mountain biking? Have you broken anything else ever?
um, I fractured my wrist, and I have probably broken. Yeah, I broken this hand here, and then the same on the other hand as well. Yeah,
Wow. So this is when someone enjoys like extreme sports, I guess. Because not
yeah,
everyone. If you snowboard, I've snowboarded, but I would never have done any crazy jumps or anything like that. You obviously pushed it to the extreme with your
yeah,
sports, right?
yeah. I I just yeah I decided to enjoy it as much as possible and push it to the limit that I can go to. And yeah, I came a cropper a few times, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. What
Yeah, but
what
hey ho.
what have you been up to then, Jordan? Obviously, that we got slightly sidetracked there by my cupboard door incident. But have you been up to anything much this week?
Not yeah, not a huge amount this week. Trying to think really what we did. Apart from, as I said, yeah, just going up and um doing a few bits and pieces yesterday. The other days, just normal, really. Just working um, as much as I usually do, and filming and things like that. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Just because, again, the weather's so unpredictable here.
Mm.
It makes it difficult to plan anything, unfortunately. So yeah, maybe sometimes, like, we can say that we're going to go swimming, snorkeling in the sea, but then when it comes around to it the next day, it's too choppy and it's too dangerous to go, so we don't bother. um yeah, it's one of those things, unfortunately, that you're relying on the weather, and hoping that it's going to be okay. So, but yeah, it's not. I'm not too bothered. Well, we have started playing pickleball. It's just like this little. We only play it in our garden here, but it's kind of like it's got a paddle, but it's got one of those what do you call it, like plastic balls with the air holes in them, and it's not like paddle. It's a little bit different to that. It's kind of like short tennis in a way, but with like a plastic ball. And my daughter and I have started playing that, which has been good fun. So yeah, hopefully we're going to go up to like the court area and play there one day soon. And yeah, it's nice to get into a new sport. Really, it would be nice to be able to try and get better at it.
That's great for your daughter as well, Sophia, because I think paddle and pickleball obviously are a lot easier to pick up than, say, tennis, aren't they? But obviously you're developing
Yeah.
that same hand-eye coordination playing them, so she must really enjoy playing pickleball as well.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, things like that. She really enjoys it. So yeah, hopefully maybe it can transfer into tennis. Hopefully the same movements and things like that. She'll be able to transfer from playing pickle to playing tennis, and then she can enjoy both at the same time, which will be good. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
What
Cool.
what news story did you pick up this week? Did you have anything interesting that you saw?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've got quite an interesting one, but before that, I just wanted
Okay.
to I wanted to send you something actually on WhatsApp. So um
Uh,
like obviously we put the podcast out on YouTube, don't we? And we advertise it, promote it
yeah.
on our Instagram pages. And so like I always make a thumbnail that we use to advertise and promote the podcast. A couple of
Yes.
weeks ago, I don't know if you remember, we talked about tattoos, didn't we?
We did.
We talked
Mhm.
about our tattoos and cultural associations with tattoos. What do you think? I'm going to send you the thumbnail that I've made for the tattoo episode, but I'm unsure whether you're going to authorize its use or not. So I've sent it to you. Tell me what you think. Should we use this or not?
Hold on. Let's have a look. It's coming through now. Oh man, I look like or we probably both look like we belong in one of those El Salvador jails.
We look like
Um,
we've been in there for a long time, don't we?
no, I think it's brilliant. Yeah, go for it. Why not?
You happy with that? All right, brilliant.
Absolutely.
All right,
That's
cool.
fantastic. It looks like my daughter's been at my face just drawing on me.
Yeah, you fell asleep and she got out the biro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'll tell you what, that's Chat GPT for you that did that. It was
Wow.
amazing. Just to obviously the thumbnail I've made is our faces with covered in tattoos, and I wasn't sure if ChatGPT could do that, but yeah, it did it. So it's it looks incredible, doesn't it? I actually quite like my neck tattoos in this. It's given me some ideas, but
Ideas, yeah.
I probably won't get neck tattoos, but
Well, we've got matching tattoos.
we have
Like,
yeah.
yeah, the one at the top of our heads, cradle cradle to the grave.
Yeah, yeah, and then it says
Love
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 scars
Sears.
or
Love
Sears
I think
scars.
Sears.
Oh
It
yeah,
maybe, is it E or is it, I don't know.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure, mate, but yeah, it's
M- Could be love scars.
it's funny, isn't it? You're right. We
um,
do look like we've been locked up in a South American jail for about 10 years together.
I think it's brilliant. Yeah, definitely.
Uh,
Yeah, please use that. That's
okay,
fantastic.
I will do. So guys, if you're listening to this on, say, on Spotify, and you want to check out the this thumbnail, head over to our YouTube channel, English to Take Away, or check out Jordan's Instagram page, English Lingo,
Or
or
yours.
the Grammar Goat one, and I'm sure you'll be able to find it on there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Awesome.
This could become a regular feature of the pod where I surprise you every week with a
With a
thumbnail
thumbnail.
photo. Yeah. Um, So the news story I found, Jordan, was something I saw on TikTok with something in China going on with humanoid robots. So
Okay.
humanoid robots have gone on sale in China. Now
Mm,
they're only small, so they're like the size of a child basically. They're 4'2" in height, and they weigh
right.
35 kilograms. But the movements of them are so human-like.
Yeah.
They can carry bags. They can help you walk about with you, play. They can run even. Scary stuff. So I just wanted to check out if you'd seen these humanoid robots as well, and if you would buy one.
I have seen the sort of images and the videos of them. And what fascinated me was that they were what I gotta say the one humanoid robot was walking a human dog, not a human dog. Uh, sounded wrong. A human dog. That sounds very wrong. Um, a robot dog that it had as well. So it
Oh
was
wow.
it was if they as if they were just normally going about their day in society. It was yeah, really interesting. I think I don't know. I think maybe they're around. I want to say $16,000, something like that. Pretty expensive. A bit of kit to keep in your house for doing things, but I suppose for old people, I think it's really good because if you're going to the shops and you've got some heavy bags with milk and other heavy items, then you can use that to be able to carry your bags. And some people are not necessarily tech savvy with the idea of delivering stuff. Maybe they don't like it either. So this could solve a problem for them. Yeah. Would you buy one? What about yourself?
I think I'd probably wait for the upgrade version, where it's a
Yeah.
bit more sophisticated, maybe. I'm not sure. It's a bit scary for me. Like the film I, Robot. Do you remember that film with Will Smith?
Yeah.
Like it seems to be coming true, doesn't it, with robots? And
It
I don't know,
does.
it's a bit scary for me, this. I think I would find it a bit too freaky, I think, having this thing pottering about my house.
What? Why do you think they are pushing this so much? Like, what do you what do you think is the core principle behind the companies pushing these kind of humanoid robots a lot towards being integrated into our lives as much as possible?
I think you hit the nail on the head when you said about it helping out, say, for example,
Mm,
old people. I think they're designed for sort of convenience, aren't they? And
mm.
for helping people with sort of daily tasks and jobs and things, almost like a servant, I guess, isn't it? Um,
Yeah.
go and do this, go and get that. I can't see what other function they would have, right? Apart from that, it's if they get too clever and they start thinking, well, I'm not going to do I'm not going to do what he's telling me, and they get a mind of their own, like in the movie, that you start to worry. But well, what do you think? What do you think is the principle behind them and the reason behind them?
I think possibly they could they could be using it for more data collection. I think
Hmm.
because we're in the age of now data is like it's key to everything we see, we do, we consume, and things like that. So I'm kind of thinking outside of the sort of the box here with terms of are they trying to gain more information, more data on people, people's routines, people's movements, things like that? Like, are they trying to harvest our data to create? more things in the future. I don't know, but I'm with you on the scary point. To be honest, it is a little bit strange and somewhat scary to see these things walking around normally. It's not, yeah, it's definitely not what I envisaged when I was growing up.
No, but as I agree, but as we've talked about, because we talked about self-drive cars, didn't we? In one of the
Yeah,
earlier episodes, for young people, it'll just become the norm, won't it? It'll just become what's
yeah,
normal. Whereas for us oldies, we'll still be quite shocked. Oh my goodness, a robot has just walked past.
yeah.
Weird stuff. So yeah, that caught my eye anyway, and yeah, wanted to discuss it with
Interesting.
you. How about you,
Cool.
Jordan? What have you seen in the news?
So mine is absolutely completely different to yours.
Oh, cool.
Um, do you know that every year they hold a eating competition in America with hot dogs? Have you seen this, like competitive eating?
It's funny you mention this. This is really weird. So I have kind of seen this because I quite like watching. I think it's called Beard. Is it Beard Meets Food or Beard Eats Food? I can't remember the.
Beard meets food. Yeah, he's
Sorry, yeah,
brilliant.
Beard. Yeah, he is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I think I also saw like a hot dog eating champion as well. My sons were watching something on YouTube on it. This guy
Right.
that eats hot dogs
Yes.
competitively, but I only know a little bit about it. So yeah, please educate me.
So um, just recently they've had this championship, and the guy, he's a legend in the professional eating world called Joey Chestnut, uh, nicknamed Jaws, apparently. Uh, um, he uh, he ate 70 hot dogs to win the championship.
No.
Yeah, 70 hot dogs. So unfortunately, though, it wasn't enough to beat his current record. A previous one that he got was 76 hot dogs that he ate in 2021. Um, so this year, yeah, he ate six less. But my question to you on this matter is: would you ever try one of those, like, as we both watch Beard Meets Food, would you ever try one of those eating challenges? Do you ever get the feeling I really want to try one of those, or not at all?
So first of all, I just wanted to ask about the competition. Like,
Yeah,
is there a time is there a time limit to the eating, or how does it work? Like, is it just basically
I
the last man standing essentially wins, right? When the others give up, you win. Is that how it works?
I don't know if there is a time limit. The story that I read, excuse me, the story that I read, no, it didn't say anything about a time limit. So I'm not 100% sure if there is.
Because
One
that's
thing,
in yeah. Sorry.
one thing that amazes me, that this was covered by ESPN, like the sports network. It's amazing.
I've seen this guy as well, Joey Chestnut, because he was the guy that my kids were watching, and
Yeah.
he's also like you wouldn't to look at him, you wouldn't think he could eat
Mm,
70 hot dogs. I mean, his
yeah.
internal organs must be extraordinary to be able to do that. Um, It's crazy. Would I try something like that? I, I've got to say, I probably wouldn't, to be honest. I don't know. I don't think I could. I really don't think I could.
How about like the beard meets food ones, like where he's got to finish a big full English breakfast in 30 minutes or something like that. Would you ever try something like that?
I would definitely try that. The hot dog thing, no, no way. I
Yeah.
think that's just like sounds disgusting, doesn't it? Those hot dogs. Yeah, I would definitely try like a food challenge like that. I think, or like a big fry up or a big steak or something like that. Yeah, yeah. Why not? I've never had the opportunity. I've never been anywhere where they have that. In the UK, I guess there are a few places like that, but I think you've probably got to go and
Yeah.
research and find them. It would be rare, I think, to just kind of stumble across that. I don't know. I've never seen it personally when I've been out and about. Well, how about
What
you,
we could
George? Pardon?
Oh yeah, I would I think doing those things would be quite fun to try. There's one in Japan, like this massive gyoza. Like it's humongous. I've seen other people attempt it, but yeah, I would love to be able to do something like that. But what we could do, just off of the top of my head, maybe we could research Bangkok to see if there's something there.
Yeah, breaking news. We're gonna be doing hopefully doing a live podcast from Bangkok, aren't we? Next year.
Yeah, next April. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So we could look up if there's a challenge somewhere around there. Maybe we could attempt it.
To be honest, mate, I think the what have I got to eat? Because you ate a scorpion. What have I got to eat?
Oh, you can have a pick of a spider or a centipede or something like that.
So
Up
I
to you.
lovely. So I think a spider or centipede is going to be enough in terms of food eating challenges. But we can definitely look into it. A food eating challenge. Why
Uh,
not? We could turn it into a YouTube video as well.
oh, that would be hilarious. Yeah. Funny
Yeah,
stuff.
we'll have to look
Yeah.
into it. I don't know.
But what I want to know is like these people who eat like so much, they've conditioned themselves to be able to do it. It's incredible how much they can put away and not feel sick and not not feel really unwell. It's mental. It really is mental how they do it. I don't know whatsoever the reason how they can do it.
We should do a bit of research for the next episode and about how they like actually how they do it, how they train for that. I want to
Yeah.
know. I mean, obviously a lot of eating is involved, but how they train themselves to do it because that's just insane, isn't it? 70
Oh,
hot dogs. Imagine the bread, like the bread as well, the amount of bread that you've
oh, I
eaten.
know. I know.
If you put it all together, like 70, 70 bread rolls, it's a lot of bread
Crazy.
rolls.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't I wouldn't want to touch a hot dog for the rest of the year after that, I wouldn't think.
Oh, rest of your life, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, that's incredible stuff. That's
Great
madness
story. Great
that he's put
story.
down.
Yeah. Also,
Awesome.
madness that's on ESPN as well. He's being treated as a professional athlete. Now
Yeah.
we've got esports, obviously. We've got esports, we've got regular sports. Now we've got competitive eating up there as well as a sport.
Mad.
In
Yeah.
Yeah, my hats off to them. I mean, it's very impressive, isn't it? I'm not dissing
Yes.
them at all. That's amazing. What they do. Um,
I just can't believe how mainstream like eating competitions are now, and yeah, it's cool that they get the exposure.
yeah.
Yeah, not knocking it whatsoever, but yeah, it's amazing how it's become quite mainstream, which is I think a testament to YouTube, I suppose, because
Yes.
they've kind of marketed them themselves in a really good way. But yeah, it's makes for fascinating reading. It really does.
Absolutely, yeah, and viewing as well, although it must can't be pretty at the end of that competition to view that, can it?
Not really. Not. I wouldn't think so. Yeah. Awesome. Shall we get into the takeaway part for today?
Let's do it, Jordan. Let's do it.
All right.
Shall I kick off as usual?
Please.
Yeah. Pants is the first one. Great informal expression you can use. Obviously, a pair of pants is underwear, but we can also
Hmm.
use it as an adjective to describe something that's very bad.
Yes.
Rubbish, pants. So you used it for the weather. You said, "Ah, the weather is pants at the moment." Someone would never understand that, would they? If they didn't know, if they heard you say that, they'd be like, "What is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
Weather and a pair of pants." But yeah, British English, informal. Something's
Absolutely.
bad. The weather's pants. The film was pants. The food was pants.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything. Yeah. Anything that was bad, you can use pants for. It's great. Very versatile. The first one that I had was when you were talking about your accident or your fight with the cupboard door. Um, you mentioned that you bashed or whacked your head. Great expression. Uh, Synonym of hit, of course. So instead of using hit to be a little bit more expressive, we can say bashed or whacked. Usually, when we talk about this, we mean with a bit more force, a bit more velocity to it. But yeah, great expressions to use.
Nice. The next one is along similar lines actually. So it's an action verb which is used if you kick something with your foot,
Mm,
and you make contact with something to stub. So we use it with
mm,
toes, don't we? I stubbed my toe. Sure, everyone
yeah,
has done it at some point, often on a chair or door. You kick something with your toe. So the verb in English is to stub.
absolutely awesome. Uh, I like the with a lot of injury ones. I like the one that you mentioned today when you were teaching your lesson, and great, great one to use. You saw the blood trickle down your head. So to trickle means that it is just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, and it's slowly moving downwards, basically. Um, so in this case, we use it with blood a lot, like trickle. It's often used with that scenario. Just means to be slowly moving downwards, and I thought that was a great expression to use that I haven't heard for a long time.
Nice, nice. Okay, the next one's an idiom, and funny enough,
Mm.
this is an idiom I was talking about yesterday with a Polish friend. I was talking about the idiom and to find out if they had it in Polish, which they do, but in a different sense. To kill two birds with one stone.
Ah,
You mentioned it about me when I needed to fix my dislocated toe, and I needed to see my wife and my newborn daughter, so I managed to go to the hospital and I could achieve both of those things with that single hospital visit. So I killed two birds with one stone.
perfect. Nice. Um, Drop off. Again, this was used when you were talking about getting your kids ready for school, and you were saying that your wife dropped them off before. Excuse me.
Sorry?
So to drop off means to take someone to a place, and usually in your car, and then you let them out, and you then drive off to wherever you need to go. We use it with people. We use it with things as well. I dropped off his lunch at work, things like that. Dropped off the Amazon package at your house. But yeah, drop off is a great phrasal verb to use in everyday language.
Great one. Yeah, lovely. All right, the next one, more accident vocabulary. When you're talking about, I guess, a story involving something that's happened to you, you want to be really specific, don't you, with the words you use, the nouns, the verbs. So if you don't break a bone, but you crack the bone,
Mm,
we say in English to fracture. And I think you were talking
yeah,
about you had fractured your toe, I think. Was that right?
wrist,
Your wrist,
fractured my
sorry.
wrist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. So yeah,
yes,
to fracture, it's a verb that possibly students might not have heard before, but yeah,
yeah,
useful one if you're describing something that's happened to you, to break or to fracture a bone.
absolutely. I love this one. Again, it was you were talking about when you had so much to do, getting your kids ready for school, and you mentioned the phrase "I wasn't with it," and that was is perfect. It's a great phrase to use when your brain is not focusing entirely on what you need to do. You're thinking about other things, and you're not actually focusing on the maybe the action that you need to do in that moment. Um, and so we would use I wasn't with it. I wasn't present in that moment, and that's why I made a mistake, and that's why I, stubbed my toe, etc. Yeah, I thought that was a great phrase to use. Again, something that people can use in everyday life. It's a great one to use indeed.
Especially me, I'm not with it most of the time, Jordan, these days. So very, very relevant to me, I think. Um, okay, my last one. This is a really cool one. I can't remember exactly the situation you were talking about. I think you were talking about either the snowboarding incident or the mountain biking incident, but you said I came a cropper.
Oh yeah.
Um, so to come a cropper is, maybe you can help me explain this one, but I guess it's when you do something and maybe you take a risk when you're doing it,
Mm,
and something bad happens and the risk doesn't really pay off. You come a
yeah,
cropper. So you took the jump. You thought maybe I can land, maybe I can't.
yeah.
You came a cropper. You didn't land and you hurt yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. You usually something bad happens at the time. Good. And on a positive end to
Yes.
the list, uh, I wanted to use this one. I thought this one was a great one, especially when you're talking about congratulating someone or you're saying that they've done well at something. Hats off, right? Hats off to them, meaning they did something good, they did something great, praising them for something that they've done. So I thought hats off was a great expression to use when you want to congratulate somebody.
Perfect. Okay, quick recap then. We had pants as an
Yes.
adjective, to bash, to whack, to stub. Amazing action verbs there. Can see a video incoming on those. To trickle, to kill two birds with one stone, to drop off, lovely phrasal verb, to fracture, another
Mm,
verb. I, I wasn't with it, so to not be with it, lovely fixed expression. To come a cropper, and hats off. There we
yes.
go.
Perfect.
Beautiful. So
Wow.
yeah,
Amazing array of vocabulary.
absolutely. Okay, well, Jordan, I guess all that's left to say is, to our
Yes.
listeners, thanks so much for listening. You can email us with your content ideas, news stories, English language questions, vocabulary, grammar. how how to learn English, any questions like that, email us english2takeawaypod@gmail.com. Check us out on YouTube if you want to watch the episode on YouTube. I'll we'll include that tattoo thumbnail as well. Or check
100%.
out Jordan's Instagram, check out my Instagram. Yeah, I think that's it, Jordan,
Fantastic.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, like the thumbnail is incredible. So yeah, if you want to see it, then I it's definitely worth having a look at, because it's hilarious, very very funny indeed. So yeah, thanks for sharing. That was awesome.
No, pleasure, pleasure. All right, everyone. Well, hope everyone has a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. You too, Jordan. Great to talk to
Yeah.
you. Have a good day,
All
mate.
righty. Take care, mate. See you soon. Bye
Cheers. Bye
bye.
bye.